Good morning, everyone. This is the angel of peace that sits atop the labyrinth of miracles in the Goodnight Child Empowerment Network grounds. I've taken a moment to come out and sit with her and just ask for people around the world, all humans, all humankind, to be kind and understanding with one another. She's at the top of this most gorgeous labyrinth that's planted now with not only lavender, but with all the herbs to make up the ethers of heaven. When you walk the labyrinth, the healing aroma calms you and brings you into oneness with everything that ever was, everything that is, and everything that will be. She sits as a shining example to be able to bring us all together on our walk of peace. This is a section of our global walk that goes around the entire property at the Goodnight Kingdom. It's a 2.5-acre piece of property with a 1/4-mile walking path. The walking path is called Walk Your Talk, Pathway of the Hero. Now, what does that mean? That means tolerance to things you don't understand, to the behavior of others that may be reprehensible in your mind, but tolerance to that. Acceptance is what the A in talk stands for. Acceptance of anyone and their belief, because it's theirs and God gave it to them. God gave us each free will to do what we want to do. He also hoped that his children would take the path of righteousness, would take the path of love while exercising our free will. But regardless of what path people take, we need to accept that path as being theirs, not to force them into our path. So A in the talk is acceptance. L stands for love, that which is the gift of the Creator and why we're here. Love thy neighbor as thyself. K in talk stands for kindness. How do you want to be treated? I'm going to send out some of the aroma from some of these plants so that you can all get the medicinal benefits. Oh my goodness, it's just divine. The bumblebees exist and thrive. The honeybees exist and thrive among one another. You know, they're all bees. And look at that. It wasn't just a bumblebee there. There was a honeybee and a sweat bee. All on the same plant. Isn't what an interesting lesson for us. They're not fighting because their markings are different. They're like, hey, I'm chill with you. You be chill with me. You got that side of the plant, I got this side of the plant. Or better yet, some of these bees work in harmony. Some of them take a portion of the plant, and others take a different section of the plant. And then we got the butterfly over here, just doing her own thing. Little American beauty. Actually, that's not an American beauty, but she is beautiful. And look at that, right next to the bee. Couldn't have planned that if I had to. And they're just hanging out with each other, no fighting. They are tolerating each other's existence, tolerating each other's unique gifts that they all bring to this labyrinth of miracles. Because in here, we come together. In here is where we create, we make matter, we are matter, and we do matter. Some of us spin a little bit faster than the others. Hi, Justin. I miss you. I can't wait to meet you in person if you come to camp, or if we come out there for a visit, or maybe even Wisdom School 102. Who knows how it'll work, but that would be lovely. And there I am in the looking glass. I hope you can all just feel the peace and the beauty, the serenity. These little angels on the wall, if you can see their posture, heads down, hands between their legs, bowing in humility and contemplating. What are they contemplating? What are you contemplating? You might want to take a little time today and contemplate your existence and how you're walking your talk. How are you being your own hero? A couple years ago at the Goodnight Kingdom, our motto was, how do you hero? And what that meant was, what are you doing in your life to make a difference in others? Because hero is a noun, it's not a verb. So we kind of took that word and we decided to make it a verb. Because it's an action, if you think about it. A few years back, further than that, we had a motto that said, plant kindness, harvest love. Are you planting kindness and harvesting love in your life? And how can you do that? How do you do that? This labyrinth is just absolutely the most amazingly beautiful thing right now, and I hope you can feel all the love coming from it, the miracles that you are, and that you can create in every moment. Many years back, our motto was, I am the magic. What does that mean to you? How do you create magic in your life? My granddaughter told me yesterday, magic doesn't exist. God exists, and God is all. And I said to her, God is what you make him or her, and magic is in you, in your heart. And with love, you can magically transform hatred. And how I explained that to her as a physical example, later on in the day, she was fighting with her sister, and I couldn't get them to stop fighting until I said, okay, before we go on to do anything else in our day, I need each one of you to say something about the other one that you love. We've got some fairies in the garden over there, see them? Their job is to pick up all of the plums and the peaches that fell from our grounds that people will trip over. So they've got buckets of peaches and plums. Anyway, back to my story. After they were fighting, and I said, what do you love about each other? While they were still angry, they said, I don't love anything about her. And she hates me. And then all of a sudden I said, but you gotta like something about her. What do you like about her? And she said, I like her blanket. I was like, well, that's about her blanket. That's not about her. She goes, okay, I like her eyes. They're really pretty. And you should have seen the energetic transformation, witnessed an energetic transformation in a 4-year-old and an almost 6-year-old. Just by getting them to focus on something they loved about each other. The hatred, the word hate went away. The word dislike went away. The feelings of anger they had for each other went away. Everything disappeared. Just by thinking of something they loved about one another. It was actually pretty beautiful. So think about it for a second. When we walk our talk, if we walk the talk of discord and anger, that's where our focus is. If we walk the talk of love, that's where our focus is. You cannot be joyful and angry at the same time. You cannot love and hate at the same time. So where is the disconnect in our world? Think about it. It has nothing to do with what's inside or outside. It has to do with choice and free will. You either choose to love or you choose to hate. You choose to fight or you choose to work in peace. Everything, and I do mean absolutely everything that's happening to us, is a product of our choices. I know that what you see here in this labyrinth are statues and wind spinners, but they all represent our spirit. Our spirits, not just the ones who put these up here. They represent our spirits. And some of them, like that one over there that's still spinning, spins on her own all the time, constantly moving. Got another one over there that's still spinning. The wind's getting it. One there just slightly spinning. And then you got this one here who just started to move a little bit. This one that just started to move a little bit. And this one's not moving at all. And you have to ask yourself, what is the difference between these? They're all getting the same amount of wind in this labyrinth.